but I never really thought about, how you should break your fast when you're on a plane. I thought about, how you should fast when you're on the moon, but never, never how you would be on a plane. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramadan Radio as we near the end of Ramadan. Today we have a fun topic about fasting while flying on a plane. This is both fasting and both having to break your fast flying. And I have one specific story, but before I begin, I would like to hand the mic over to Abdullah and see if he has any experiences of this.
Yeah, I actually only have one episode. I don't fly much. The heights scare me quite a bit. So if it's an option, it doesn't matter how many hours it is, I'll take the car over a plane any day. And I only have one specific memory. I think I was 17, 18, around that age. I do remember flying to visit my grandparents. And when we were flying on the plane, I was lucky because it's a 4-hour plane ride. Our plane got up at 12 p.m., landed at 4, so it didn't make much of a difference for me. Because, I was fasting before I hopped on the plane. I slept for 4 hours in the plane. I woke up, I was still fasting. Nothing really changed for me. What about you, Mercan? What was your experience fasting while flying?
Yeah, so last year we went on a road trip, in fact, to Texas with some of my friends during Ramadan. And I was fasting, but the issue was that our plane we were flying right on around iftar time. But the thing is, because we were flying towards Texas, we kind of were evading the sunset. Like we're going and it's like the sun still has not set, even though it had set where I live originally, New Jersey. And it wasn't a long flight either, but I was still really hungry. And I'm waiting for the sun to set, but it's not setting. So I ended up breaking my fast according to the time. I believe it was from my hometown. I don't remember, or if it was the local area around there. And then yes, I broke my fast, but I never really thought about, how you should break your fast when you're on a plane. I thought about, how you should fast when you're on the moon, but never how you would be on a plane. So I did some research. I found out that you should not follow the time zone of your departure or destination city. You have to rely on the view from your window or from flight captain announcing where you are at the moment or whether it's sunset or not. So even if you can see the sun from your plane window, you have to keep on fasting until the entire disk of the sun sets, even if it says that it's Maghrib time in a different location, maybe, or original location. Of course, when you are traveling, you can get exempt from fasting if it's going to be too hard or causes too much hardship. But the thing is, as in my situation, where at one point the sun might set, but because you're flying, you might be kind of going back in time in the sense that the sun might rise again, whereas you keep on going. That's okay. Your fast still remains valid as long as you broke it when the sun had originally set. So that's also really interesting. What do you think?
It really is. I did know about how you were supposed to break your fast to your iftar based on where you are geographically, because when I was 18, me, my brother, and my father, we drove from Dallas to New York to visit my grandparents that time. And my dad actually taught me that. I remember us taking a break in Kansas City to break our fast. It was a real fun experience because it's me, my brother, my dad, 3 boys, And we drive on a family trip. We stop on some city that I never seen, I never heard before, and then we break our fast. It was a really special moment for us. I remember having a lot of fun, but I did not enjoy fasting while driving. Normally, you don't get hungry or don't want to drink, but when you are driving, you have that temptation, the extra temptation of you get bored, so you just want to eat or drink on the road, and it's a 24-hour trip. I remember that being one of my hardest fasts ever. It was a super interesting experience for me.
That's definitely, I could understand how it's hard. Driving, especially for that long, you always have to have something to drink, like coffee or something to keep you awake or to keep you entertained in this mindless, and that's long distance too.
It is.
That you drove. Anyhow, that's a little It was a short episode, but do you have anything else to add?
No, not really. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. If you're flying soon and or during Ramadan this year, next year, be mindful of what time you will be flying and be mindful that you have access to understanding where you are geographically. I know most planes have like the little TV screens or the little screen in front of the corridor that says where you are geographically at that moment or what time it is exactly where you are as you fly. So that would be useful, but if not, maybe try to access those beforehand. And worst case scenario, it's, Islam's all about ease, so maybe consider making up your fast another day. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for listening. Best of luck. I hope everyone has a blessed last few days of Ramadan and that, we really get to spend it well. Thank you for joining.
Goodbye, everyone.